This world is yours. I think the whole reason we have such a strained relationship with trying is because it just sounds like struggle. It sounds like you're a novice. It feels like a setback, and it shouldn't. Even if we try very hard not to, we still have this in the back of our mind, like, I don't want to be perceived as a novice. What is he doing? What is he doing? When I try again, I'm no longer a novice. And not that being a novice is always a bad thing. Being a beginner is not a bad thing, but I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Because when I try again, I am stronger. This isn't just a starting point. This is me. I'm trying yet again. I've tried my whole life. I've tried things my whole life. I traveled around the United States with my friend Robin, and we were a part of this organization, this educational theater company, and we did shows from pre-K all the way to college age. And I used that as an opportunity to, grab footage, to take in the United States and all of that. And I centered a video blog around it. And I was so happy about it. And then when I got back from tour in Virginia, I was trying to reorient. I was trying to get myself back together, trying to realign with the space in whatever way felt good. And I ended up coming to Norfolk, Virginia. My community had changed. My everything had changed. My workflow, everything had changed. And so I was auditioning. I was doing things here and there. I was in a show here and a show there. But then ultimately, I just decided to give myself a fellowship, because my whole life I had just kind of been like infatuated with this idea of a fellowship. Like, people get money to study and research and ultimately do something that matters to them, that fuels them. Like, that's crazy. So I gave myself a fellowship and I created a series around it. It was another try. Then you have the Brave People podcast. Let's not forget the fact that I released a book. I released music, and then I started what I called my creative revival. And probably tons of other stuff in between, but they were all tries. There were a lot of things that I had to learn along the way that I didn't know, but it did not make me a rookie or a novice. It made me stronger. Another round of it. Here we go. We trying again. We trying something else. And it's not that those other things didn't work. They worked. And now I'm going to continue to do that. I don't even think I'm trying to I'm going to do it better and bigger and better. I'm just trying things and I'm doing things, and I'm also playing. I'm strengthening my attention to my art, because sometimes I can get like so I've been strengthening my attention in that direction of me. I think I've given a lot to the places I've worked, to the people I'm in community with or have been in community with. I've tried to think and generate output in a way that it includes so many people and they feel seen and heard, and trying to be the voice for people. But I don't have to try to be the voice for other people. I could just be me. And so I've just been strengthening my attention to my own voice, to my own art. And definitely in the process, people will be like, yeah, that resonates. That definitely resonates with me. This is also a discovery. I am in my 36th year. I have grown in so many ways. Accomplishing things wasn't just the point of living. I feel like the big part of living that nobody told me was just discovering who you are and embracing it and loving it and living that expression. And I've been meeting parts of myself constantly. I think if anybody is growing and walking through life, and if they're introspective, if you are a person that is naturally reflective of your life, and find it necessary to observe, because you're growing. And so I feel like I've been growing at a rapid rate, even though sometimes it feels like we're in the dull drum, whatever, ins and outs of the day. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And we don't even realize how much we're growing. So I think I'm enjoying that too. I have definitely been cultivating my propensity to jump. Like, I think that has to be cultivated. When I pull in that self-discovery, and that spirit of play, and that cultivation and that attitude of trying, that I am able to stand at this mountain, this great mountain that I climbed, and jump. And I can do it over and over again. And I'm gonna climb another mountain, and I'm gonna make the jump. I'm gonna make the leap. I was taught from the world and from everything around me growing up, from everything that I took in, when people said it's time to take that jump, I always only thought about falling. I never thought about flying. And so I'm excited about all the new journeys. I'm excited about the expanse of my wings. Maybe the wings will work this time, pray so. At 33, can I fly? Well, I'm 36 now. At 36, can I fly over? I hope. My heart is in space, my head in the clouds, my hands on my destiny. Maybe my wings will work this time, they will. I think this is a constant rolling conversation of the millions of conversations that are happening right now in the artist's mind. And at times, I have felt bogged down at times in this process, because child, it's it can be overwhelming. And I find myself asking this question: are these the mad years? Someone told me one time, she thought she was being inspiring. She was not. She was basically saying that she hopes that in all my creativity, that I don't go crazy like Beethoven or many of the other creative people that were deemed crazy or went crazy. And as babe, we're past crazy. We are past that. And I think every creative person knows that. We are far past that. It still begs the question, are these the mad years? And I think no. I believe that the more we work out our own magic, the more balance we attain. Working out our own magic looks like trying. I think I can say this for the first time without it being tied to ego or branding or hustle culture, but I can say that I do care about output. Trying is the most beautiful thing. I'm okay putting my hand to the plow. I don't really think I care how I look trying anymore. I think back to a time when I tried to be a guy's guy, and I was, baby, that was a struggle. Okay, I was out there trying to play football, trying to, exude all this extra hyper manly man, testosterone, yada yada rada rada rada. Like I was trying to exude that because I was being perceived as too soft. I was being perceived as girly and all of that. And I would go out, I would try to play football, I would try to try out for stuff like that. No, I'm good and well, I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do it. It was not in my heart. It was not an interest of mine. I was disinterested. During those times in my life, I cared how I looked trying. I tried to impress the coaches. I wanted my brothers and uncles and dad to be like, yeah, that's Teddy. That's our young man. Yeah, we claim him. I cared how I looked. I felt horrible. I felt horrible. I felt like I was making myself be something that I was not. And even in all of that, it yielded nothing. It yielded more heartbreak. I had to let that all go real quick. And I had to keep learning that one over and over and over again. But so you have that, and then you have the time in my life where I was experimenting with my clothing choices, where I thought I was killing it. I would wear the church slacks with my Converse shoes and a jersey, and I'm like, this is style, baby. This is style. Come on, I am bringing it. And I would be bold, and I would always feel liberated. I know I probably look crazy to a lot of people, and shoot, I look crazy to myself when I look back at those pictures. But nobody could tell me anything other than you are the moment. Like, in my mind, that is what was happening. I'm the moment. I'm here. And I felt great. It felt so good because I was constantly rearranging my closet, constantly trying new things, and it mattered how I felt. So what I'm saying is I no longer care. I'm not gonna say it doesn't completely matter, and I'm completely crossed that hump, but for the most part now, I care less, far less. I'm that unicorn. I'm that strange being, and I don't have to hide. And I'm just me. I want to hold on to that feeling of how I felt during those times. Looked crazy. Looked straight ridiculous. Let's just say that. It matters how you feel. It matters how you feel when you try. It matters how you feel when you try. It matters that feeling of being filled with, yes, I did that. I tried. I made an effort, and I am capable. 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 I am strong. My work bestie, shout out to Ebony. She is a phenomenal athlete. And one thing that I love, love, love to hear her say is I do it because I'm strong. I do it because I'm strong. But I do it. I do it because I'm here. I do it because I'm me. I do it because I can. I do it because I'm great. And I think it's obvious that I do it because I'm brave. This world is yours.